haven't seen that already, there is a DCX immersion tab available on our website. We are the East Coast suppliers for DCX immersion, or cryptocooling.eu. They're one of the older, more well-known immersion systems around. Happy to say that Coastal Crypto is now providing support for the East Coast from, here in Virginia all the way over to about Texas and Canada up. So we're hoping to expand soon. There are a couple other distributors for them in our country, but we are, according to them, one of the larger facilities with our big warehouse, or the Coastal Crypto Castle. So DCX loves the fact that we have that space. Do we want to go over some of the DCX products?
Yeah, we haven't really discussed it in live streams, right?
Right. I think the big one that we need to talk about. Well, let's go over DCX banner first. I think I can drag that up over here. Let's see. Share some screen. There we go. So this is DCX main banner for their site. All steel and fits more 60% hash rate, safe and easy to install, noiseless mining. DCX, a little history on DCX if you guys aren't aware of it. DCX started with not immersion systems, but cooling systems for servers or server facilities, and they're based out of Poland. They do huge, massive cooling systems for processing, GPU processing or rendering facilities for like server-sized rooms. And as crypto became more prevalent in the market, they transitioned. It's a good-sized company. They're based out of Poland, and their products by far, in the scheme of things, the products that Mark and I have looked at and we've gotten a chance to play with compared to these guys, there's no comparison. Not just because we're with these guys, but we wouldn't be with them if we didn't think highly of them.
Yeah.
Kind of scenario. It took Mark and I a while to actually sign the paperwork ourselves, just because we wanted to make sure that the company stood up to our quality. We would never sell something or promote something that wasn't to our standards. And we've voiced some of our concerns with their CEO and with our rep that deals with us. And we're on the same page when it comes to some of the issues that they're well aware of, and we're doing our best to, help them promote change and infrastructure. And a lot of the stuff that they're having issues with is typical from when you're buying equipment from the EU, and it comes down to power. The power there is different than the power here, so it's just minor things when it comes to PDUs and things like that. But
not only that, you're talking about logistics too. That it ends up being a nightmare, especially coming over. We firsthand, we know logistics is a complete nightmare in getting in this game. So, we're trying to find ways to utilize our building to help them with those logistics.
Yeah. So, it's going to be interesting once we start getting our first containers in with equipment. So keep going over their banner here. We deliver large all steel enclosures and industrial grade hydraulic components. No small and cheap plastic tanks or PVC pipe. The biggest capacity in industry and environment for years.
Investment for years.
As well for years. So their tanks are steel or aluminum. They're stackable, and a lot of places over to the website you'll see, and our website is, you can use PVC piping, which is huge with a lot of these systems. PVC is a lot cheaper than using CPVC. CPVC is for a corrosive property that some of this immersion fluid may have. The stuff that they promote and the stuff that they recommend using does not have that corrosive property, so you can use straight PVC components. Increased hash rate with immersion systems, of course, safe and easy to install. Yeah, I'll go over some of the pictures here moving forward. I mean, some of the biggest ones. Let's see if I can pull it up. So this is one of their full bundle systems, immersion rack system. You can see the tanks there, and stackable, easy to hold machines, easy to set up, and it comes with the dry cooler along with it. So one dry cooler can effectively or efficiently cool the immersion fluid for 3 to 4 tanks, which is saying a lot compared to the size of the equipment that you're receiving from them in comparison to some of the other industry standards that are out there. They've definitely focused on efficiency and size. Again, because of logistics, they were kind of forced to do that. You know, packing all the stuff into a shipping container, the smaller the package, the more you can ship, the better things are. So, but that's the higher end stuff. So we have had a few sales with the Antminer XP, I believe it was, right? Antminer
Yep.
S19 XP. There's two versions of the Antminer XP. That's the hydro and the non-hydro. They sell a dry cooler that is completely plug and play friendly with the hydro Antminer S19s, which I thought was really cool of them to do. I haven't seen anybody else do this yet. It's they send you a couple plumbing fittings and some lines and a dry cooler, and it's just you sit it down, plug it in, plug your miners in, and they're all push connectors, and you're off to the races. And you're not relying on Bitmain's hydro system to keep everything cool. You're forcing it to go through this dry cooler system, increasing the thermal efficiency that much more by using their system. So I thought that was really cool of them to kind of push out and focus on even prior to the S19 hydros hitting the market.
And as like the picture shows here, like you can actually hook up a few of them to just this one system.
Right. Yeah, they send everything to you. So it's awesome. Or S19 and T19 hydros. I think the one that we're most excited about, Mark, though, is the BitPod, right? Let's see. Zoom in a little here. Slide it on over. So the BitPod uses the side cooler that they've used and modified to work on the T19s and the S17s, S19s, and T19 hydros. Can you tell it's a late night on Sunday?
Yeah, right.
But no, their pods, these little BitPod things, are awesome in my opinion. They're set up for what, the S19 non-hydros or what's minor.
Yeah.
And it's a silent system, so you don't really have to worry about fans or anything else. You put your machine inside the BitPod, and you hook it up to your new little dry cooler that sits outside, and it just keeps everything cool and collected and nice and neat.
Yeah, I think that this is going to be a great option for at-home miners, especially if they got that significant other that's drilling in that the garage is too loud. This is definitely going to be a game changer for them for at-home miners to help cool their systems down.
Yeah, and that's it. I mean, you set this thing right down next to your AC unit, and you'll never know it's there. A lot of times your AC unit, has easy access right next to your garage in most cases. Run the lines right next to your AC lines right into your garage if that's where you want to put it, or a shed in your backyard. They're real nice little standalone units, and they keep boasting in all their products that they're silent, or smart silent, or whatever they want to call it. They're going to make some noise, granted, but definitely not as much noise as a farm full of S19s humming in the background. So I like it. I think it's a it's a cool little concept that they've pushed out. Their price is $499.88. That is before shipping, tax, VAT, and all that stuff. So if you are interested in the BitPod, let us know so we can get all that stuff calculated for you. Some of these prices are pulled right off their website, and doesn't include shipping to the U.S. And like I said, they're from Poland. So some things that, smaller units like this can be shipped out pretty easily. Some of the larger units, if you're looking for a full-on immersion rack system, let us know. We'll work with you. And they will work with you as well. They actually do full-blown custom systems as well for big-time miners, 5 megawatts and up. So they can actually design in CAD and do everything else to make sure everything works out properly and you're getting the proper flow and heat distribution across all your miners, which is really nice to see.
Yeah.
So I'm going through some of my other pictures. Let's see. So one of their dry coolers. Again, this is just a simple small dry cool. They have a couple different sizes. This is one of their smaller ones that would go with the S19 or the BitPod. And then they have their fluid. This is the fluid that they recommend. Thermosafe. If I can zoom in a little bit for you guys. So they sell it in 22-liter jugs or 55-gallon drums or 220-liter totes. Just kind of put it in reference here. So a 4 to 3 rack system will take 3.5 to 4 220-liter totes. I don't know what you would call them. They're giant, massive things. Am I saying, is it liter or is it gallons? 220 gallons.
No, they have it as liters here.
Do they have a liter? Okay.
Yeah, everybody does the metric system except
for us. I know. But no, some interesting stuff. So if you guys are interested in hydro,